But mom not being home, and now you've taken more of an adult role, so to speak, in the house as the only female. But now you also have to balance that with what you're doing in school, your grades, hanging out with your friends and doing stuff. How was you able to manage some of that stuff?
Honestly, my grades went downhill completely when during the time that she left. Cause
You said
I didn't have
you
no.
feel like across the board, or was it just certain grades, certain what you call it? Like you
Well,
think like as a flat line, like you know what,
as a
everything
flat
just
line,
dropped.
horrible.
Okay.
Because I was an A and B student in elementary. Clearly, obviously, first preschool to all the way to fifth grade.
And it was your first, yes, so it's your first time. It was not your freshman in high school.
Yeah.
When mom first left. So you just now getting to
Yes,
big
I'm getting
leagues.
to the advanced things.
Okay, and mom was gone.
Yeah, and she's the one that's good at math and things like that. The only class I really had a problem with that I was flunking was math classes, which was algebra 1. Algebra? No, I cannot. And even when parents was explaining it to me, I feel like I know the stuff, and while I do my work, but when it goes to like tests and quizzes that are 70% of your grade, I fail those. Like, absolutely. I got a straight 0 on one of my algebra tests before. And I didn't know why, because I looked at the test and I was like, oh, I know this. I know this. And then I looked at the grade and I was like, oh my God, I didn't know a thing.
So now I got to start explaining.
Right. Because I'm going to get in trouble for it, but I don't know why. And my teacher would try to explain it to me, but his handwriting was bad, and I couldn't see the board from where I was. And whenever he tried to explain it, it was so complex and a much harder way than other people learn, which is much easier. So when he would teach it, it would be the more complicated version of it. And it'll be one of those things like, if you don't do it this way, it's not right type of thing.
Okay. But how were you able to pick it back up? Because I do remember when you and Tiki were going through that hard time, and when we're doing his episode, I'm gonna talk to him about that too. What was it that turned around that started to bring your grades all the way back up and getting you into a more positive and mental place? Mine
is not all the way back up. I'm stuck at a very average place of C's, maybe a D or 2 here and there, and I would only have like 1A or 1B in my classes, and that sucks
compared to all your grades before.
Yes,
but it's gonna get better because now that you're back in a comfortable space and mama's back home and the world is kind of like restructuring itself, you'll then be able to.
No, because I feel like I'm still stuck there. I feel like I'm still like my mindset is still like I can't do this type of mindset. You know what I'm saying? So like even if I'm trying, I feel like I'm not trying hard enough, or this is as much as I can do.
Okay.
It depends on the class or the subject. Because my classes, it's more so, my teachers, they're fine. But I have a hard time learning things now. So like my head is like, I don't know what I'm looking at. Or I need, even if I'm taught it for like maybe 2 days, I still gotta like keep doing it over and over again, because it's really like mindlessly writing things. I can't learn anything if I'm just mindlessly writing things. I need something to be fun, because at least like an activity or something.
I think you might get that from me. I really don't. I don't mind sitting in the classroom. Yeah, I'm a hands-on person too. I forget. Shout out to Laverne Gunn, the teacher of our family. There's a terminology for that. I wasn't. If I can put my hands on it and you're teaching me something like how to use this and I get to do it myself, it's recorded in my brain. That's it.
Yeah.
I can do it every time from now until the end of time because I've done it and I've touched it. But if you give me something I got to read and then write it down and you ask me the next day, like, what are we talking about?
Because even if I take notes on it, like French, because I have French too.
I cannot believe you took 2 languages in the same year. That was ludicrous.
I wasn't supposed to do that.
You
but
wasn't.
I had my agriculture class and they didn't have enough teachers for it. So they kicked all of us out of the agriculture course. But they brought it back this year. And, you know, I'm still a little salty about it. But my teacher was like really old. So, you know, he would like put something on the board, but then wouldn't elaborate on what to do. Because my actual teacher, I was supposed to have like a certain teacher, but she's like in charge of everybody in the agriculture course. So she had her own office. She was the kind of like the manager of those teachers.
Okay.
So I had the stand-in teacher, and he would just give us whatever she was supposed to be assigning, and then we'll just have to read the instructions on the thing. But we had no guidance, no
Nothing.
explanation, no example. I'm so glad I got kicked out of that class. I'm not gonna lie, because I had like a 20. I had like a 20 because while I was turning stuff in, I still got them all wrong.
Holy Toledo.
But I have ace French now, but I'm like, it's like a C. It's an average.
Listen, just the fact that you have a C in French means that if we go someplace and people bonjour, you can get us out of up out the trouble. Like, hey, Tati, what he said?
Accident.
Oh my gosh.
You do not want to rely on me. I got the very basics of bonjour, merci beaucoup. That's.
Hey, listen. Hey, it sounds good when you say it, though. Hey, you do it again. Hey, bonjour.
Bonjour.
Yeah, Pepe Le Pew.
Yeah. No. But just looking at stuff and then writing it down. I feel like all my classes do that nowadays, and they just put stuff on the thing. They just put stuff on the board. I can't even see in any of my classes.
Oh yeah, because we gotta get you some glasses.
Yeah.
You're getting blind early. Hey, shout out to Auntie Joanne, because that's what you're gonna look like. As soon as you put them glasses on, hey, you're gonna look like you belong to her. You ain't even a gun no more. You a celibate. That's what you're gonna look like.
They put stuff on the board, and I'll write it down, right? And after I write it down, I'll have the notes. Okay, now I know it for the next 30 minutes. And then the next day, I probably don't open my notes after that. And I have to look back at it. I'm like, when did I take these?
Tati, you're gonna have to get you better organized.
I'm very organized in my notes.
Oh.
I'm very organized in my notes. I color them and everything, so I know which ones are important and which ones are not. Especially history. History, God, no. You had to change the stuff so you can at least pass with a 70, no matter how many tests and stuff you fail.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, with school, your friendships, mom being gone, your responsibilities that you've had, and all the stuff that it entails, how has that experience, the whole experience of mom being gone, you going to school, failing, bringing your grades up, the struggle, how has that changed you, the person, Tatiana? How has that impacted your life, good or bad? What have you learned from all of it? What have you learned about yourself during all of that?
That I am now a mediocre student. I've learned that. And that is...
You feel like that's just what it is now?
No, because okay. I was an A and B student while that was elementary, and things is easy. You know what I'm saying? Multiplication, 5 times 5.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Right? That's supposed to be easy, but I feel like I can still be an A and B student. I feel like I'm just not trying hard enough, and even when I'm like begging my teachers, can I please get extra credit or something like that? Because it's just the test that I'm bad at. And I don't know what to do with that. Because my teachers, most of them don't do test corrections. I can't do anything with that. So now I'm just looking at my test grades. It's bad, and I don't know how to bring up my actual grade.
So you feel like...
class. I feel like I'm just failing the whole course. I feel like I'm going to get held back. I'm terrified. Not right now, but I'm saying like...
Back then?
Yes. And I feel like if I don't...
But y'all, I remember us having a conversation about it as a family when all of y'all was messing up. Because Parris was messing up too. But then...
But that's not the case no more.
Right before mom came home to visit one of those times, y'all, everybody got their grades up, got it together. Because mom came home strictly to get everybody back on track. And then y'all started making better grades.
Because we wanted her to stay back.
Mom came to visit like, hey, everybody's grades is messing up. Because I remember mom saying, so what are you doing? Because I had to make y'all start coming down and doing the homework. I was like, oh my gosh. Because I was paying attention to y'all, and y'all were saying y'all was doing good. And then mom got the calls from the teachers, and then mom's on my neck. And I'm like, I've been on the kids behind this.
And you have, because it's whenever, at least for me, whenever I would tell you that my grades are good, next maybe 3 days, that I just have a recent test. So my thing just goes down right after.
And then right after that, they're calling mom on the phone at work.
Stop them from calling mommy, because I know that's the first person they're going to call. And I know maybe 2 of my teachers knew at least that mommy was on deployment, because they were like, hey, you were like up here you failed a test and now you're like down here. What's going on? So I'll be like, oh, my mom's on deployment.
I remember the first big event that happened was that dance recital. Mom left right before the dance recital. I think that was like the eye-opening, like awakening moment for me as the father. I remember being at the gym working out, and the teacher called me, and she was like, Tati says she doesn't want to do the dance thing anymore. And I was like, she was doing the dance thing with mom for all this time. And then I was like, so Tati, why you don't want to do it? You said you just talked to mom. Mom says work is really busy. She's not going to be able to make it back for the dance recital. And you just like didn't want to do it. I remember the teacher.
I was hoping you were gonna like convince me to do it, but I wasn't allowed.
Really?
I wasn't allowed to use my phone during the school hours.
I read that all wrong then.
I was in the office because it was Miss Holder, because Miss Holder was talking to me, and she was like, oh, why aren't you gonna do this? If you practice so hard and da, you should still do it. Just to do it. Doesn't matter if she's here or not, you should still at least,
that's what she was saying.
You're gonna, everybody else, they're gonna reformate everything
right
last minute. I'm talking the day of.
I remember.
This is the day of. And I was like, yeah, I know. People are probably gonna hate me for it, but I can't not. And I wanted to call you.
So even as a father, okay, she's explained it well, and I'm gonna see if I can fill in the little gaps. So I'm at the gym, and then she calls. The teacher calls. Says she has Tatiana in the office, and she's supposed to be doing this dance recital, but I believe your wife is not here. I was like, no, she's not here. She's on deployment. Okay, well, you and mom had been practicing it. Mom was supposed to be coming to the recital. So now Tati has no interest in wanting to do the recital. She's upset. She's sad. Mom's gone. They worked on it together. Mom's not going to be able to make the recital. I'm not doing it at all. Okay, fine. When I'm talking to Tati, because both of y'all in office together, and I'm asking Tati, are you sure you don't want to do it? Tati's sad, and she's almost in tears, but I know she don't like to cry in public. She's like, no, I don't want to do it. I'm just... So when my daughter tells me she doesn't want to do something, there's nothing anybody's going to get me to backtrack and do it. But the teacher is definitely doing a good job. Shout out to whoever she was. She was like, it's about not quitting, and what type of parent are you if you're going to teach her to give up, and blase, 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 blase. She's really going in on me as the parent. So I had to walk out of the gym so I can get her together. Listen, man, I'm military, ex-military. My wife is ex-military. We don't have no give up in our system. But my daughter is emotionally stressed right now. Our mother has just left for deployment. We don't know when we're going to see her again. Secondly, if they've been practicing something together and now my wife is not going to be able to make it to watch it, she probably is not going to want to do it because the motivation for why she was doing it is not there anymore. The lady kept going on and talking about a whole bunch of other stuff. That didn't make no difference to me. My daughter already said something, and I said, listen, you can think how you want, feel how you want. My daughter doesn't want to do it. That's the end of that. So when I talked to Tati, and she was talking to me because the teacher's practicing the phone back and forth, Tati said, all right, thank you. She don't got to worry about it. That's the end of this. That was like, what, 2 years ago? Because mom just left. So now we're just finding out now, as I'm finding out now while you guys in the podcast are finding out, that Tati, you really wanted me to then backtrack and still make you do it or convince you to still do it?
It's not your fault.
No, because
it's only because I didn't want to do it, but it's also the fact that I had the entire class that was also going to do it. But
if I had convinced you to do it, you were still going to feel bad.
I was going to feel bad, yeah, but at least I would have done something, productive. I don't spend all that time. I done failed the whole class, but because we're like 200 points. But that's not. It's more so the fact that I like dance.
But how was I going to convince you to do it when you already didn't want to do it because mom wasn't going to make it back?
Because I wanted to call you myself.
Okay.
Right. But she was right there. She was right there next to me. And
so tell me how that would have worked in the conversation. Like, Dad, I don't want to do this.
I probably would have if she wasn't right there, I probably just be like, I wanted to talk to you, right? And I wanted to do this. I don't want to do the dance because she's not here. But I still deep down want to do the dance because I don't want to let everybody down. And I would have switched out, and I would have,
if I had known that and you know I would have, because I've done it for plenty of other things. I would have then just taken mom's place and just came to the recital. Not that I wasn't going to anyway, because we've all gone to each other's different things no matter what they were. But if I had known how important it was for you to still do it, then I would have just came in mom's place to hype the situation up.
Because I was like part of that thing where like I didn't want you to spend money. I don't see, unless I'm offered, I don't ask for you guys to spend money. Even if it's for something like a dance recital, because the tickets were God knows how much, and I know it was a little more than just $20.
Okay.
And that was a lot for the moment, because, you know, we would only get like little things, you know, only get things once a month or the beginning of the month, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
And so for you, it was like, all of this is not really worth it.
We need the money to pay for groceries.
Okay.
Nothing. I don't.
I would have moved things around to make sure that if I had known that, I read it wrong. I read it that, okay, mom's not going to be there to support and do whatever she's want to do, and that was something that y'all had bonded then, and you didn't want to do it. I didn't care what nobody said. They're not about to bully my daughter into doing something she doesn't want to do, especially when it's emotional. And at that point in time, all of us was going through so much stuff emotionally.
You didn't read it wrong. You read it. You read it right. You read it right. Because even if you were there, my mother still isn't there. So that wasn't gonna do nothing but fill up maybe half the spot that's there.
That happened a lot during those years where I would do different things for you guys, and we would all be sitting down and be like, dang, this would have been more fun if mom was here.
Yeah.
So it only filled the cup up halfway from it being empty with her being gone.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I would ask for other girls, right, that's in your bracket, if they have girls who might be going through the same situation because for a while you was deeply depressed with everything that was going on. What ways did you handle your depression during that time with everything that was going on, with mom being on deployment, you having to be the only girl? For other females who might be in your, or have to go through the same thing where their parents, maybe their dad has gone away for deployment, or the same thing, their mother's gone away to deployment, and they have to carry more weight than they normally would. What would your advice be to them on how to deal with that type of situation? And how did you handle all of that?
Find a hobby. Find somebody else to talk to. Cause
other than your dad.
Other than your other guardian, whoever, you know,
so for you, it was Auntie Tisha.
It was Auntie Tisha. And then there was only certain things I would tell my friend Kaylin.
Okay. Shout outs to Kaylin.
Right. And I didn't have my best friend, who's Serenity.
Shout outs to Serenity.
Which I had only met last year.
Okay.
And she was scared of me because on the first day of school I was wearing the camo outfit.
Oh, the military one?
Yeah. And I just like, first days of school, you know, I have like a scowl on my face. I just look really upset for like the first.
Your resting face?
Yeah. I have a resting bee face. So.
And where do you get that from?
You. Definitely.
I don't be as angry as y'all make it seem.
I know. And you don't. But I remember Kayla came over once. And she came into the garage and you was just sitting in the living room. Mm-hmm. And then when she walked in, she saw you sitting there and she waved to you. She was like, "Hi, Mr. Gunn." And you were just sitting, you don't know.
I ain't say nothing?
No.
Dang. I don't even realize I be doing that.
I know. And I was just staring at you. I was like, you gonna say something?
Did I say something then?
You just said, "Hey." That was it. Not as much enthusiasm as my voice, but you know, you just said, "Hey."
You know what?
Was just sitting there. And I was like, oh, he must be in his feels right now.
Remember when I had to come to your school and sit down and do that? What was that parent building project? What was it?
Building, I don't know. I think it was Earth Day or something. I don't remember. Oh God.
When I gave that, and I was like, I don't like kids. But do I? Building. What was it for?
But you was crossing the lines and stuff?
No, when they was asking, they made me in charge of a bunch of kids, but they wouldn't let you be in my group.
That was, when we're crossing the lines, I'm pretty sure that was Earth Day, maybe.
Is that what it was? Because it was a lot of therapy because the kids took it.
Most of them got taken down. So I don't remember. I don't think I put the title of it because I forgot.
Because I remember the kid saying, "Oh, it's easy to talk to you." And I was like, It was like,
it's easy to talk to you because you have most of you. Well, you're a hoodlum.
I'm a hoodlum. What? That's so crazy.
You're a delinquent guy.
Not now.
Not now.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you were younger, the stories I heard of you
From everybody.
From your sisters, your brother, Nanny.
Yeah, I was
You was
not
a
bad.
kid.
I was.
You were a bad kid, sneaking out.
Hey, I was adventurous is the word. Like Indiana Jones. You know who Indiana Jones is?
Oh my god. Yes.
Okay, so I was adventurous.
But nah.
Okay.
He was too adventurous. That's why you wonder why Paris is the way he is now. Both of y'all smart mouth.
No, wait, but Paris is the opposite of me. He's very good.
No, I'm talking about in words.
Yeah.
In words. Me, I'm a little more like you just because of the way I act. I have a mean resting face. I'm very sarcastic.
Yes.
My
Are you teary-eyed? Why are you?
eye is burning right now.
For what?
I don't know. My eye starts tearing up. It starts to burn from whatever water's in my eye already.
What water is in your eye to make your eye burn? Water's supposed to be in your eye.
I know. It's hurt. Don't worry about it.
Listen, it'll be on camera. That's all right.
Hey, whatever.
So, all right, Tati.
Yeah.
Tati, you're so funny.
I know.
Okay.
Thank you.
Were there any moments where you felt you had to take on more mature or motherly role, where you had to be more like mommy in the situation?
Other than bossing y'all around, because y'all ain't know how to save money. Y'all did not know how to save money. I had to tell you, you looking at milk, $6.99. There's milk. There's a sale right next to it that says $5.99.
I'm trying to ball out.
Oh, you ball out when you broke. So yeah, I had to teach y'all how to save money because it would be you and Paris that were acting like that. Then I had to, good lord, I had to
like you had to do a lot of work.
Yeah, you and Paris didn't know how to shop, nor did you know how to put stuff away. You make it look so cluttered in a cabinet in the fridge.
You're the one who organizes the cabinets and what's called.
Took everything up out the fridge. I wiped the fridge down. Both sides. Was the freezer too?
This is
then
crazy
I had
work.
to put everything back. Then I had to come over there, grab them, show them what it looked like. This is what a fridge is supposed to look like.
Holy Toledo. That is the way your mom does the refrigerator too. When she sees too much stuff, she takes everything out.
Because it's irritating. Because it's like, you can do better than that.
It's a refrigerator.
No.
It just holds.
That's the place where everybody can see. You have visitors. That's the thing that they see when they're
not supposed to be in my refrigerator in the first place.
Hey, you don't know who gonna come. If it's your dad, you know he gonna want some food. You can't say no to grandpa.
She said you can't say no to grandpa.
Yeah. Now my room is a different story. Can nobody see that? That's my privacy.
That's crazy work. All right. Were there any moments where you felt you had? I already asked you that one. Okay. With mom being away, what were some of the things you were able to do with mom being away that helped you stay connected with her?
Huh? What was things I did with her?
Yeah, she's away.
Okay.
So what things could you do even while she was away with her that help you at least stay connected, stay grounded, like still feel like, okay, she's right here at this moment? What things did y'all do? Or what things could you do to make sure y'all stay connected? I
mean, other than calling, because texting while it let me know she would go on Alexa and she'll just drop in on Alexa and then or it'll be probably because of me and I'll be like, can you drop in on Alexa? I'm about to cook food, dinner, whatever.
Okay.
Right?
And that makes you feel like she was right there in the kitchen.
Yeah, but she also said that she stopped cooking as much and she mostly been going out to eat and stuff like that because when she would cook or do whatever she was in the kitchen, she didn't have me and Paris somewhere around or you in the room just clowning her for whatever dance she's trying to do. Like she didn't have it was quiet. She don't like it being quiet. Especially when she's cooking. She stopped cooking because of that. That's what she told me.
Yeah, that's what she told me. Which is crazy because on the opposite side, I cooked a lot more. I cooked a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, you made fried chicken for the first time.
I did.
With my help.
I did. That was my mom. I don't think mom still had my fried chicken yet. Like I have it because she came home and then she started cooking all over again.
Yeah.
So I didn't have to make no fried chicken.
You should do that soon.
Did you feel more pressure to represent mom in the household with mom not being here?
Not to the point where I would be stressed. but it would just be something simple, you know, wherever you went, at least I would have to go. Because Paris mostly wouldn't want to go to like the store and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Every time you said you were going to the store, you were going somewhere, or you were going to church, I would option in to go with you. Every time.
Yeah.
Every time. There was no time where you went to the store and I was not there.
That is true. That is true. So is that because you wanted to go, or you realized that's something that I always did with mom, and so you were just filling in?
Both.
Okay.
Because I felt like if I didn't go with you, first off, you're gonna be more sad than you already were.
Mm-hmm.
And the sun, was in your area.
The son?
Yeah.
Tyrone?
Okay. First of all, I was giving you joy, right?
Yes.
So whenever we got the store, even if there were some people at the store that I did not want to be acquainted with, I still went.
Yes, you did. Every single time.
Yes.
Even if it was just for quick stuff, you would always come.
Quick stuff, even if you were going there just to the gas station. You'd be like, let me go.
This is one that we talked about when it first started happening. How did you navigate your conversations with your friends about your mom being away and the unique family dynamic of mom being away and it was just us at the house? I remember you was saying earlier when it first started happening, all the different conversations your friends used to hit you with about mom being away and all that stuff. And I really want to talk about that because people that's in the podcast or might be listening probably don't realize how kids really bully each other or how they place what's going on in their lives on other kids and how that can affect a child's mentality, because it happened to Parris too. And on his episode, we'll talk about it. And it affected him a lot differently than it affected you, but it affected y'all both the same way. So what were some of the things your friends were saying when they realized your mama's gone to live someplace else for work and it's just you and your brother and your dad now? How did you navigate some of those conversations and some of those things that were going on with kids at school?
Okay, let me get myself together. Okay, so I feel like this kind of went back to one of the other questions you were asking, like how did your friendships and stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like I lost more friends after because of the way that I acted.
After she left?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was being more agitated.
Okay.
And sarcastic than I usually was. And while I'll be thinking I'm joking sometimes, they won't tell me that they don't like it. So when I would act that way, which I thought was completely normal, right? Then out of a sudden, out of nowhere, they'll either not try to avoid me, or they'll try to avoid me or stop talking to me, or they'll start gossiping about me. Like they'll just start telling other people. And there was somebody, I'm not naming names, but there was somebody that I told slightly about mommy's deployment thing. It was nothing big.
Right.
It was just simple stuff, right? Just like she went off to do this, just to go work.
Right.
Haven't talked to her in maybe just a little bit of time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But then they'll start like altering words, kind of like how gossip is, or like urban legends and stuff like that. You know how somebody would say something in its entirety, and then the story would just start switching up the further along it goes.
Okay. We know what you said to them. What were some of the different stories that came back when you realized that ain't even what I said?
Came back full circle, and they were talking. One of my other friends that came up to me, and they was like, "Yo, did your mom die? Your mom died? I didn't know that." I was like, "Huh? What are you talking about?" It was like, "Oh, this person said that this person said that this person said that this person said that." What? No.
That's crazy work.
No, that's not what happened. No, that's not what happened at all. She was alive and well.
Okay.
And it was quite crazy stories that were coming back to me.
How many different stories do you think?
I think I've heard about 4.
What are
4 different ones from 4 different people, because whenever the people that I know, they would know my friends.
Right.
So whenever they would either be talking to whoever they know, and then I guess whoever the other person knows will come back to my friend. Yeah, because they know that person.
We found out the hard way, me and mommy, that people were also talking about us in a not so good light, like behind the scenes, but we was able to pick exactly where those different things came from when we start really narrowing down. And we hear some definitely some crazy stories on our side as the adults. And but I don't think a lot of young people have parents, or it should be a lot, have parents that are actively in the military. Like they don't understand what military life looks like for.
Most of my friends, they have military parents, and even some that don't, some of mine that don't have military parents, they still act the way y'all do, kind of, but they're a little more lighthearted. Like they don't get whoopings, they get their phones taken, they put in timeout kind of thing. And I never thought that was an actual thing. I thought that was only things that like they said on the internet to make an entertainment. Nah, they actually
timeout for,
and it don't work.
Timeout for a black, it does. Timeout for a black community, for the black community, is literally y'all get out my face.
Pretty much.
Y'all go to your room. Hey, just I don't want to hear all the noise. Get out my face. That's timeout. Anything after that, come on downstairs. Bring that behind here. Everything other than that we just stop us from having to bust your behinds, is timeout. Yeah. It's just not, hey, I need you to go sit in the corner and da. Just remove yourself and your noise and your aggravation and remove it from my sight. That's giving you a timeout. Because by the time you come back, I'm already ready to receive you. You're in a different headspace. We could turn it back up again.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, we're going to end it here. How do you think your relationship with your mom has changed or deepened since her return?
I think I did a little bit of both.
Deepened and strengthened? Okay.
I think I did a little bit of both. I think it deepened only because I can be around her more. I'm moving around more. I'm around her more, sorry. And, you know, I can be as clingy as I want without having to worry about it.
Because I think she also misses that from you also. Yeah,
so whenever she's cooking or something, or I hear the door open to the bedroom, I'm already going downstairs to see who walked out the room. You know, that's why you hear the little pitter patters walking down the stairs.
Soon as the door opens up to the bedroom, boy, it'll let all the bugs in.
I'll be the first one downstairs trying to see who it was, trying to see what y'all got going on, what y'all about to do. I want to join too.
Okay.
So that cooking wise, I want to learn how to cook, and in that sense, I'm around her more when she cooks, even if she's listening to music, just to blankly stare at her
and absorb all of that.
Yes.
Mommy juice.
Yeah, I be doing some weird stuff. I'll be sitting there like when we're at a restaurant and stuff, and I'm just staring at her.
I can dig it. It's a special relationship between a daughter and a mother, of course. But I also noticed that in my sisters with my mother, and even you see how Uncle Preston is really close to Mom. I am too. But we're all like that. I think our generation, and I'm not talking about the age, I'm talking about like our family, like the Gunn family, and now you guys coming in and the nieces and nephews, we're really attached to the mothers, like at the hip. Because I was attached to my mom and my grandmother. Like there was nothing that came in between us at all. Our relationships with the fathers are generally,
well, they're fathers.
They're different. But like my dad understood. I probably didn't understand my dad as much as a teenager or as a young man, but I understood him after I went into the military. Like if I didn't go to the military, I probably would have still been trying to figure out my dad's mindset in a sense. But after I joined the military, I could see the world a little bit the way my dad saw it. So I was able to understand him better. And I realized why he dealt with me the way he did, which is interesting, especially for that episode of the podcast when I got my dad sitting here. This could be some funny conversations. It should be good. And my mom too. So I think it's good now that you're able to absorb Mom back up again. And because Mom missed us a lot, she's receiving that and being able to get that in her system again. That's really good. I like it. But you want people to understand that you're soft and that you have feelings, and they should be.
And they know that. Everybody has feelings. Not everybody is just tough brick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you can't just hate people.
Where did you learn that from? Who taught you that? Me?
Yeah.
There
was only one time I've only seen you cry twice or 3 times in my life, and the first time I ever saw you cry was actually recent, and that was when Mommy was on deployment and you were standing in the garage and she was about to hug you bye, And then I watched you just cry on her shoulder, and I was like, "Oh,
That's
and that's my father, the bad man."
he's so dumb, the
The
Batman.
actor.
As I'm
I
thinking about it
love
and I look at it in my head, I remember the feeling. I remember the feeling of knowing that I wouldn't see her for like the next couple of months in the space. I remember that. I remember that feeling. Even now, as you're describing it, I remember. Most of the time, I do good at just blocking that out and just trying to be strong for mom and then focusing on you guys as the kids. But I remember it being hard New Year's when we were leaving and she hugged us outside the apartment complex and we were driving back. I remember it being hard when we ate breakfast in Destin and mom was so sleepy, but she's like, I just got to get to the plane for the flight. And then we hugged in the parking lot and I realized I had 8 hours to drive back. That is the worst 8 hours. Like, dang, I only saw mommy for like a week and now it's all over.
It's so hard to stay awake. I cannot stay awake during any type of car ride. I promise.
Your brother too, he tries to. And then I look over, his phone be all, and I just be in my own little thoughts, just thinking of stuff.
But I think it's okay to be by yourself every once in a while.
Be by yourself?
Yeah. I like being by myself once in a while. But, I like to have, if there's nothing going on. I don't like just sitting in a room waiting for somebody to waiting for somebody to come out their room. And then, I get maybe about 15 minutes. Then they get tired. Then they go back to their room. But I like to be in my room only when I feel like being in my room. And when I feel like being in my room is because I want to be by myself. I got something I'm trying to think about. Either that or that's only unless I blatantly tell you I'm about to go take a nap.
Oh yeah, she's like, I'm done with the world right now.
Yeah.
I'm out of here.
And people don't like Gen Z these days. Gen Z, the recent generation.
People don't like a lot of different things, and luckily it doesn't apply to you because me and mom are the way we are from the way we grew up, and from my parents and my grandparents, we're structurally grounded in spirituality and in our relationship and our family dynamic, that we've instilled that to y'all. So although y'all from a different generation, y'all are being taught by old school generation values. Like y'all will get out and do work in the streets and help with lawn work and do that other kind of stuff. Y'all get allowance, y'all get punished, y'all deal with the different things the way we had them dealt with us.
Yeah.
Y'all have a better opportunity because me and mom had a better opportunity, which is the way it's supposed to be. My parents did what they could do so they could raise us to be better than themselves. And then we are doing the same thing with you guys. My parents, I didn't go with my parents on any cruises or anything like that. But you guys are going on cruises with us whenever we go on them. By the time y'all start having kids, that'll be something that's regular. I did it. You did it as a kid. So of course you're going to want to keep doing it when you're older. Then your kids may decide they just don't even want to live here.
Hey, I have this thing. So if I ever do have kids, I know what to do and what not to do.
Okay.
What not to do, not get a job out of state. Honestly. Because I personally will not be able to handle if I had kids, my own little mini me's running around. I can't even see them like that. Nah, and I'm a touchy person. I can't do
it. It was hard for your mother too.
Makes you think I could do it with my own flesh and blood.
Yeah. It's a hard or it could be the opposite. You learn how to manage it because you've watched your mother manage it. But it also comes with having a good spouse. Somebody that can pick up the rest of the slack when there is slack.
Yeah, but no, because I don't really like long distance things.
Nobody does.
I know.
Nobody chooses the long distance things unless they really choose the long distance.
If it has to happen, it has to happen. Right. But if I have the chance to move, if I have the chance to move, y'all coming with me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
I could dig it. That's why the military is hard for a lot of people.
And me. It
was hard for me too, yep. And it was hard for your brother, which we'll have him on another podcast. Tati, this was fun.
It was.
You got one under your belt.
Good Lord.
Man, that's gonna be a lot of editing, but it should be good. We would like to thank the family gaming community. This is Family Talk, right? What's the other part?
Conversations of the Mind.
Artwork that'll be on this episode will feature Tatiana the Princess. Tati, where can they find you at on your social media?
Oh. Wow, you can find me on TikTok, Discord, but on the Family Gaming Discord. You can't find me any other way.
There you go. On TikTok. What's your TikTok?
At AnolaTG, which is my @ but my name is Tati the Princess.
And they can always find you on YouTube.
Yes.
Anything that has her tag in it will be on YouTube.
I don't have any other social media.
At least not for as of the current filming of this, she doesn't. But she's not really into social media like that unless she's promoting stuff for her drawings and things like that.
Comfortable with none of that.
Why are you scratching the mic? Do you not realize what you're doing? That's why I said I made sure to tell y'all in the first episode that we don't know what we're doing. We're just trying to push positivity in the world one person at a time. We're sharing ourselves with you in hopes that maybe, the conversation with my 16-year-old daughter might help you with the conversation with your child and the struggles that she went through and how she was able to overcome that stuff. We're hoping that the lessons that we've learned and the struggles that we go through and the struggles that we may still go through may help somebody else find a blessing.
And don't forget, talk to your kids. Please, please, please talk to your kids. Because there's the stuff that I say is not the same thing that your kid will say to you. All right, it might be way different. They might not say nothing at all. You got to do that. You got to ask them yourself. Or if you're a kid, if you trust your parents enough, tell them yourself.
Yes, we have an open dialogue where the kids can come and tell me anything, good, bad, or indifferent. But they also have a healthy relationship with their aunties and uncles, as you see, where they can also go to them. So, and that part of the family, like that part of that trust is really important in the family. Because Auntie Tisha doesn't tell me that y'all talk or something's going on. Auntie Tisha talks to you about whatever y'all talk about, and she helps you fix it herself. Mm-hmm. So some stuff is fixed before I even know if I ever know that it was messed up, because I trust Auntie Tisha to be able to give you whatever advice she's going to give you, and it's not going to go against what she knows that we're doing here at the house for you. Mm-hmm. That's why Mommy trusts her so much, being able to do what she does. You have to have a family unit or a family dynamic where the child can go to somebody else that's of competence that is going to help that child get over a hurdle or whatever the emotion is without it affecting your home interior.
And if there's anything else parents should learn.
Yeah.
If there's anything else parents should learn, it's the fact that certain things will cause your child to grow up a little faster than you want. And sometimes it's a good thing, sometimes it's a bad thing. Mine ended up being slightly in the middle because I'm still very agitated.
Still?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
So it's certain things. If you keep doing the same thing, then yeah.
Okay. That makes sense.
But yeah.
I wonder how long this episode is. I have to do all the editing now.
Hey, it should be reduced by a lot.
Nah, this is gonna be this is gonna be a good one. Tatiana the princess, her podcast is gonna be a good one.